let's continue. One step from Eden. Let's play more of this game. Play a million hours of this game. Why not? Alright. So if you notice, actually, off screen, I actually defeated the shopkeeper and unlocked her. Bit of a shame that, that kind of happened off camera, because I kind of want to show, how I beat her and everything, but, I think I'll show that later. Eventually, I'll also play as her as well. That's what I'll do. Once I do, maybe a true genocide run, I'll try to do an attempt at that as well, eventually. What I kind of want to do right now, though, is, I believe the only character I haven't beat the pacifist ending with is Terra, I think? Right, unless I'm crazy. I don't know, I might be crazy. I might have forgotten. It's all blurred to me. But, and let's do that, Assuming I didn't do it on camera. I've done it a few times off screen, actually. That's what I've been doing, I can't help it. I gotta play the game sometimes. And just a run here, a run there, Just do a little bit of the game here and there, off screen. I can't record everything because, the way I usually do things is I tend to, stream video games and everything. I usually stream for about 4 hours, 4-hour session. But sometimes I just want to play the game on my, just randomly, right? Just randomly just play one run out of nowhere. Play a half an hour, to an hour randomly. And I can't just just stream for half an hour. That's not very convenient, I guess. It would be weird if I just suddenly just streamed randomly. I feel like anyway. So I just play this game a little sometimes off screen. Well, I did beat the game with her a few times. I just haven't done it on camera. And that's kind of what I want to do, Beat again, the ultimate goal, I feel like. At least, my own goal. There's no, predefined definition of when this game is completed. But, my goal is to simply beat the game with every character with at least the neutral and pacifist ending, because that's how you unlock everything, right? You unlock the different loadouts and everything. You gotta get the neutral endings for the characters, as well as get the pacifist ending of all the characters, get the costumes as well. But even though I already unlocked the costumes, I want to do it on camera, prove that I can, I kind of like the idea. Okay, so Terra, by the way, she's really hard to use, I feel like. One of the hardest. Maybe, I don't know if she is the most, hardest to use for me anyway. But she's definitely pretty hard because you don't really know what to do with her, I feel like. But I'm thinking of doing maybe a flow deck. Because, by default, she has Harv as her focus. So might as well get Flint Shot. I do like the idea of Flint Shot. As long as you keep the flow, then it'll always do maximum damage, obviously. And that's really good. It does as much damage as Code Stone and shoots pretty quickly as well. But you gotta keep flow up. Otherwise, it slowly does less damage. But I think I'll take it early. And we'll see what happens, Because I want to see if I can use it correctly. You can also just just throw it out there and not care about the damage loss all that much, like that. Doesn't really matter. So I guess, I did lose some damage there, though. I guess it loses damage even before you even shoot it. Okay, I didn't know that. Annoying. This is annoying, by the way. Ah, wow, the hostage is dead. Oh well. And I feel like a good strategy, even though I love Flurry. Flurry's kind of cool, It's like, I love it. At the same time, though, because of its limited range, the further you go on in the playthrough, the less useful it is, I feel like, because you have less time to set everything up. Because the idea of Terra is obviously you want to break all of the enemy tiles like this. Also gives better chances for that mine to hit the tiles you want to. It's still pretty random because you can't guarantee the mine to go in a particular place unless you break every other single tile, which is pretty hard. I hate these enemies, by the way. I don't like these enemies. I hate those enemies so much. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, you set up Terra by breaking all of their tiles using your main ability, your main weapon. Oh, I like Blue Blood. Blue Blood works well for Terra because her mana regen is very low during the start of the fight. and so that's why you want to break a bunch of tiles, because her ability is she gets more mana regen the more tiles you break, but you got to keep it up, right? And depending on the boss you fight, it's a lot harder to do so. So what I like to do, actually I can't do it. I was gonna say, but what I like to do is get mana regen, but I can't. I don't have any money. I forgot. I haven't been buying a removal. Nothing I really want. Yeah. I root for Trinity cast. Okay. As it turns out, I shouldn't have gone to the shop. That's a bad idea. Oh well. I always forget. I always automatically just go to the shop, I guess. Usually it's worth it. Right? But when you don't have any money in the beginning of the playthrough, not enough money anyway, probably a bad idea. Can't shoot you. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing like a flow deck. I'm thinking. It's a slow too, but it gives shields to the enemy, and it says pierce, but I don't think it destroys the shield necessarily. I don't know. I never take cards that give any benefits to the enemy, like healing, you know, like cold medicine, or give shields. Because overall, it's less DPS, right? As far as I know, unless there's some kind of combo you can do. I mean, it's like, you know, step slash, or not step slash, like piercing slash, some kind of card that destroy shields, but obviously I don't have that combo, so I can't take the card, right? I can take the card now and hope that I get a combo. And obviously these high damaging attacks can like destroy smaller enemies pretty easily. It's just that it's not very useful during boss fights, because bosses, obviously you can't kill them fast enough for it to be worth it. I feel like anyway. Maybe I should not have wasted that. Should wait for the code stone. Kind of just, you know, threw it out there. I didn't even think about it. Oh, damn. Pay attention, by the way. I mean, I think I mentioned it before, but a really good tip I find is that pay attention to where Silice's like little highlighted area is, and you can tell where she'll be after she does her own melee attacks, right? That's really something that really helped me fight Silice. She does dash a bit sometimes, but you just gotta time it. Ah, that was bad. Shouldn't have stood there. Oh, what's that? I say that, you know, I say, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you fight her. Nope. I missed the attack. Okay. Now shoot, right there, see? You know where she'll land because you look at the gray highlighted area of where she'll be after she'll do her whole attack. Really helps. Didn't really pay attention to that very much in my earlier playthroughs. There you go. I'm going for the pacifist ending, so I'm going to spare her. If I win, you know, I do win, then I won't have to worry about doing the pacifist endings anymore. I gotta remember to do neutral endings later, because I don't think every other character I've already done a pacifist ending with on camera, so I don't have to worry about that. I missed the chest. You shoot you one more time. Alright. Give me that health. Oh, I already have max health. Never mind. Now, Waterfall. Well, Waterfall is crazy. I remember using Waterfall. Saffron. I am doing a flow deck. You know what? Just to make it a little bit different, I won't. But then I do like Waterfall. You know what? I'll take Waterfall. It's a really good card. So. Now, what I would really like is Earth Prayer. Yeah, that'd be really good. How about this? Does that work? Sort of. Okay, I think they work. Yeah. It's a weird interaction, by the way, with like pushing stuff. Whenever there's like two objects on the enemy side of the field and you kind of push them, the way they interact with each other is sometimes a bit weird. You wouldn't think that would like push the crystal 2 spaces behind her, but it did, I guess. It also pushed her for some reason. Anyway, I mean, it should. It's just that I remember when I'm Saffron, you know, I use Kinetic Wave to do that, and that kind of works out somehow. Even though Kinetic Wave does push everyone. You get mana regen. Mana regen is very important, I feel like. Obviously, you can just set it up with your tile breaks, but again, it's just not very it's not very consistent, especially later on in the game. This guy sucks. I can't do anything. do anything unless I want to murder the nurse, which I could. But just in case, I want to keep her alive, in case I take any damage. Or maybe I should like, obviously I should manipulate where enemies should go, like that. You pay attention, sometimes you can just trap enemies where you want them to be with a little bit of ingenuity. Ingenuity? Yes, that's the word. Shields up, my shields up, so take that. And blue blood is good as well, because especially if you don't have blue blood, you definitely have to start breaking tiles immediately, otherwise you won't get the benefits of your artifact, your starting artifact anyway. Again, yeah, sometimes you get stuck, right? Sometimes you get stuck, you can't really do much, because sometimes it's just a lot of shit on your side of the field, especially when you fight bosses. But what are you gonna do now? You're gonna like kind of stuck not being able to break tiles because you can't move everywhere. It's not so bad here, but especially later on, when you're fighting a lot of bosses that keep going to your side of the field and keeps breaking stuff. Not breaking stuff, but like, you know, it's like Hazel, or trying to think like Violet. Violet's not too bad, but I don't know. Any kind of boss or enemy that restricts your movement, because you have to be in a particular place to dodge their attacks, right? That always makes a Terra run a lot harder. Nothing really good. In fact, I like to buy another removal. So let's start removing stuff. I think I'll remove Flurry. Again, I love Flurry as a concept. It's just very limited in its use, and you can't use much of it later on. You have to like set it up, and it's just not very good because of that. You can root, I guess, but I don't know. And mine, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of mine. Get rid of mine. Mine is good, but again, what I don't like about it is the random factor. Unless you have some sort of spell, somehow, I don't know, you maybe use Prophecy in addition to something else, maybe like Orbital Beam as well, but it takes too much setup in order to guarantee damage. You know, that's the problem, I feel like. It takes too much to guarantee the damage. Otherwise, you know, you're left to the whims of RNG, whether or not that mine will actually do anything. And obviously sometimes with the bosses especially, they can move around and, you know, eventually hit it anyway. But I'd rather not rely on that. I'd rather just do damage. That's what I wanted. Here's Hazel. Well, good thing we're fighting her early on, which means I can just do this. Oh, I can't. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how to dodge that. I mean, I guess you have to kill the rocket like that. That. Trapper, if possible. That. Okay. Yeah, another thing about Terra is that she doesn't have a lot of direct damage, at least in her default loadout, so... Maybe except Flurry. Maybe I should have kept Flurry. You know what? Maybe I should have kept Flurry. Probably a good idea to keep Flurry. Yeah, just shoot that waffle out there. We don't have a lot of flow. We do, but we don't have enough flow, I feel like. Oh, damn it. Ideally, I want to keep that flow up so I can just keep doing damage forever. That's the idea. Just throw that out there. Do damage to Hazel, please. Ah, damn it. There. Hurt. So you're kind of stuck because she's putting a bunch of zoning, you know? She's zoning you. Eh. Can't do much because you have to be staying at certain spots. A lot of direct damage. It can also do that. Okay, I didn't know this actually. You can just kill the things before they spawn into your side of the field, I guess. The rooter, and bam, and then bam. Let's kill it. Now it's not great. Took a lot of damage, but that's fine. Now let's move over there. Health is not too much of an issue because we're doing the pacifist. Pacifist. I hate these guys. Do that. And then shoot you. Boom. Now you're dead. Again, if you really... I don't know if there's a more optimal way to play Terra. I often just remember that I have to. Oh yeah, like, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta like brick tiles, and I remember the brick tiles. You just don't do it every other character. You're always like trying to like set something up. It just takes too much setup though. By the time you set something up, you get hit a lot. I guess let's try here. I don't know, it was worth it to go here. Eh. 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 Yeah, take that. Take that. Eh. Eh, take that, and then that. Okay, I don't know if that's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, we're full health. As long as you don't take too much damage. And if there's one more nurse there, it'll work. Now, Fisher... Sam Fisher... Krakow tells in front, probably push enemies aside. But I don't like... Okay, so the problem... You know, again, Terra... You would like, maybe, to break all the tiles in front of you. And maybe if you have the card called Flat Earth... It will, when it fixes all tiles, and then gives you shields... Maybe it'd be good. I kind of don't like it, even though it gets flow and also tile fire. I don't like anything that breaks my own side of the field, because that limits you even more unless you use Flat Earth, but then you're reliant on using the spell Flat Earth. I don't like it. I don't like any card that breaks stuff on your side of the field, because ironically it limits you actually. Even though it gives you short term a little bit more mana regen, long term you kind of lose out, because then you can't go on your side of the field to create more cracks on their side of the field, right? It kind of limits you because of that. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. You. That, and then can't do anything waterfall. We really need more flow if possible. We need to like cycle in more flow. It'd be great if we get, you know, Earth Prayer, Echo. I don't know. I'm always on the fence about Echo. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It really depends on the type of deck I have, I guess. Like if it's something where I need a lot of setup, I don't like Echo. Because I need, you know, combos. I need to combo my cards. So I don't need like another Echo where I accidentally use the wrong card. I don't know. I think I'll skip it. Even though it's good, especially if you have like just like one strong card to use. It's just that sometimes I mess up and use the wrong card instead. I'll do that. Why not? Oh, I didn't want to use that, but that's fine. Kill this thing. Laughs at you. The weird white obelisk that just laughs at you. Go hee hee. I can't kill that egg because I can't stand where it's shot. It has like a pseudo orbital beam that makes it impossible for you to attack it with an indirect shot. Kill it please. Okay. And then shoot. Blam. I do like flint shot. Anything that does about 200 damage. And it's just easy to just shoot out there. Pretty great. Luckbox or spell power? I think spell power is pretty good for Terra, especially because you use excavate. Any card that does multiple hits, a spell power I feel like is pretty good for because of that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting that. Oh well, it works out. I always forget that excavate always hits the farthest enemy from you. So I always assume that it'll hit, you know, the treasure chest, but it doesn't. Fracture, yeah, it's more flow, but I think it's just good to get. Even though it's only 70 damage, without flow, if it hits twice, it's 140. That's alright. 140 is alright. Can't help you, lady. Ah, damn it, just barely couldn't save her. Oh well. That's too bad. Don't like anything. I don't like tile cracks, don't like tile breakage on my side of the field. Hate it. Just throw the waterfall out. The waterfall right now is not really good because you don't have any flow. At least I don't have any flow to just throw out there randomly. I wanna use my flint shot first, so it doesn't lose any damage. Hello, Earth Circles. 1557? What's up? I'm just playing One Step From Eden. Probably my favorite game right now. I've been playing a lot of it, so I kind of like it. I don't know. Flint shot, shields up, stand over here. I literally made a chart for Reva in order to avoid her diagonal attacks. There's probably a better way to just react to the diagonal attacks. I never learned how to. I just look at the chart. Or at least, look at the chart in my head anyway. Oh, she's gonna reflect. And we're just gonna do over there, and over there. Amazing. Break some more tiles, and I guess you can sort of trap her with the tile breaks. Sometimes you don't want to do that though, because oh, I did it wrong. Should have waited for the reflect to go away. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to actually trap her because then she'll start doing weird shit. You know, that's a thing about with Terra's run. Sometimes when you limit the boss's movements, they do some weird patterns where they're not supposed to. They end up in situations where they're not supposed to be in those situations in the first place, and yet here they are. Oops, oh, down there. But she's in the front. You're not supposed to stand adjacent to her, or at least, well, it depends on where she is. Damn it. Yeah, I really like this game. I don't know. This came out of nowhere, I feel like. Kind of underrated, to be honest. I just somehow just really like it. I don't know. I feel like the biggest marketing thing about it is that it's for people who like Mega Man Battle Network, but not for I never played Battle Network, and yet I like this game. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's new, you know? It's because I haven't played Battle Network. That's why it's so novel to me. I never played this kind of genre exactly, anyway. It also kind of scratches my action game itch, I guess, as well. You know how like all of these enemies have certain patterns to them, and you gotta memorize them and everything, especially the bosses. It's just fun to do. I don't know. But I definitely prefer bosses over just like normal enemies. And obviously one-on-one enemies are pretty, like the normal enemies on the more normal stages are pretty easy to figure out. It's just that there's like multiples of them, so it gets kind of chaotic and you know, it's hard to keep track. I much prefer just fighting the bosses one-on-one. It's easier to memorize the patterns like that, I feel like. Oh, down there. This is another thing, like something when she's doing that, again, like certain bosses can't do anything with Terra because they're not in the places that I want to be. Anyway, defeat a Reva, time to move on. Don't forget this. Yeah, you don't want to bring you don't bring your own tiles, but you can double cast on Tremor. Always a predator tiles, always good damage and low. Oh, I didn't think about that. Double cast on you know the one that the one flow attack that repairs your own cracks. I guess. I didn't think about that. But yeah, usually I don't want to break my own tiles, but I guess it depends though. I need more flow, however. I just need more reliable flow, especially Earth Prayer. Earth Prayer is really good, at least for me anyway, because it's just you just cast it and it's just always good. Because it gives you net positive flow, and you can keep that flow going. Especially since the game had that flow patch, right? It nerfed Rock Cycle. Apparently Rock Cycle, you can still do it, but like there was a thing with Rock Cycle near the beginning of the game where you could just infinitely cast it. And it would just one-shot boss. Or whatever. And I think you can still do it, you just have to have the right upgrades. But ever since that patch, flow has been really good because you can stack it more than you need. That makes it more sustainable, I guess. And Earth Prayer. I don't like Earth Armor though, because Earth Armor breaks my own tiles. It's just another thing to think about. I never want to do it. Maybe some people can handle it. I can't handle my own tiles getting broken because I'm not looking, you know, because it probably isn't, you know, a newbie thing, because I'm not looking at my side of the field usually. I'm looking at the enemy side of the field, which is probably a bad habit. You probably shouldn't do that, especially because there's a, well, I don't know if I'll do it, but like there's an ascension mode, a hell mode, where you don't see your aim marker anymore, which is not great, I imagine. Let me just put some tiles around here. That. All right. Yeah, I'm just looking on the enemy side of the field, not my side of the field, which is not great. I mean, ideally you want to look at both sides, but it's hard to do. Hard to pay attention to everything at once. Hyper Beam, I don't like the spell power reduction. The minigun, probably good. It's just that I don't like, I don't know. Everything's, I guess, very subjective, but I don't like anything that makes me stand in one place, because then, I mean, I don't have to. It's just that if I want the most damage, I have to stand one place. Makes me incentivized to stay in one place, which I don't want to be. I want to focus on not getting hit. Is the idea. Yeah, Rock Cycle used to give one flow, and that's why you could cast it forever. I remember, I mean, I did like a flow kind of deck before with Saffron, and she was incredibly powerful. Because I just had Waterfall, I just had infinite Waterfall, which is great. It got to the point where it just sounded like machine gun fire. It was awesome. I don't know if I can do that with Terra again, but we'll see, I guess. Waterfall right now, just that. Shoot that. Shoot it. Shoot it. Okay. Gotta remember, I mean, the thing is about Terra, you gotta keep breaking those tiles. I just get that advantage, I guess, why not? I always like mana regen, especially on Terra. She has, by default, she has really low mana regen, because again, obviously you're supposed to use those broken tiles to your advantage. But I prefer just having that default mana regen up anyway. Yeah, I'll get some more mana regen. And then refresh. Anything I want to get? Might as well get this. I don't have enough for anything else. I'll get an upgrade, actually. I want to upgrade Cold Stone, if possible. Yeah, you get an insane flow. Is the plan. Restore. Minus 1 mana cost. Sure, why not? It's basically now, the Cold Stone is now basically just as good as Flint Shot by default. If even better, because you don't have to use it when you need flow. I don't know if I can save you, lady. Ah, oh well. That's fine. Well, actually, it would have been best to save her because of the merit badge. Oh well. I just didn't want to take the damage. Gunner. I remember hating Gunner very much. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe I still do. Because of this particular attack, I hate it. It's also kind of worse, because, well, in some ways it's easier, in some ways it's harder. Because of how the whole tile destruction thing with Terra, you kind of, like, make his movements a little weird because of that. Especially when he does the one where he just shoots lasers. Goes up and down, shoots lasers, but then you limit his movements. You limit his movements. Then he ends up just shooting in one place a million times. And sometimes I forget that he does that, and so I just stand there and get hit. Because normally the way you dodge his attacks is just simply staying in one spot and then moving when he gets close to you. And that attack also gets weird as well. Ow. Yeah, Waterfall right now is not great. I need more flow. Where's Earth Prayer? Give me Earth Prayer already. I need my Earth Prayer crutch. Possible. Ow. Ah. Ooh. Ah. See, that's what happens. I didn't realize. He would just stand there. Usually he moves. Don't die. Also hate this move. I usually hate this move very much, but as it turns out, you just stand in one spot. Or not stand in one spot, but like, he just shoots where you're at. So you just gotta remember that. See, that... His movements are weird when I break his tiles like that. Ah! Okay, well. See there? Sometimes he just dashes to the... like that. Yeah, I don't know how you predict that. When he does that. Also hated this move a lot, but you know, that's not too hard to dodge, actually. I just didn't realize that you're not supposed to look at the projectile, you're supposed to just look at the bombs. Uh-oh. Ow. Well, that's fine, just shoot him. I didn't realize when he does the slowdown, at least in the beginning, I always just looked at the projectiles and not actually look at the squares. I feel like that's the... Again, I think I mentioned this before, but sometimes the projectiles are like so over, you know, like from a 3D perspective, over the square. I think they're on another square, when actually, that's not the case. So sometimes the perspective kind of gets loopy, I feel like. I mean, I don't know if that's the right word, loopy. This turret out there. Turret does nothing for me. I took a lot of damage. I would like some health, please. Oh, now it's just you, the big old cannon. I will now shoot. There you go. Earth Prayer. No Earth Prayer. You know, I don't, you know, ironically, since Rock Cycle got nerfed though, I don't like using Rock Cycle as a thing. You can still use it, but especially with Terra, I don't know if I could. Because then you need a lot of mana regen as well. Alright now. It's basically the same as Waterfall when you think about it. The Waterfall is more sustainable because it gives slow on each hit as well, so I prefer Waterfall. Can't go anywhere. Whoops. Can't think. Blit. Where do I stand? I can't stand anywhere. Stop it. What's my favorite character? No, I get hit a bunch. Trying to think. I like all the characters. I have fun with Shiso. You know, I didn't like Shiso at the beginning, but then after I use him for a little bit more, I actually do like his playstyle because it's all about just using his linchpin, right? Getting a bunch of attack power from his gun by getting lots of money. It's kind of fun because you don't have to rely on spells, you just use his default loadout and basically win. At least for the pacifist route anyway. It might be a little bit harder if you're using him for the neutral ending, which I will eventually, I guess. I haven't beat all the neutral endings with every character yet. That's what I'm planning on doing. I don't know with my favorite character. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't unlocked all the loadouts, so. Shotgun, gun turret. Yeah, all those shards, they kept hitting me. Explosive shards. You like Violet? Violet is best girl? In terms of waifu-ness, I guess I like Silicy. Silicy is cool. I like her hood, you know? I just like her hood, that's it. That's the only thing... That's her only defining trait, to be honest. For me, anyway. And also ice puns, I guess. But mostly the hood. Okay, I don't want to die. Don't die. Please don't die. Shoot, kill that thing. I hate that thing. The one that... I don't know, it's so easy to dodge, yet it doesn't... My brain doesn't register it. The one that shoots the ice shard towards you, and it just kind of follows you slightly. It just always hits me for some reason. I don't know. Even though it's supposed to be easy to dodge. Hey. You wanna give me defense? Okay, well, this is kind of bad actually. Let me go to this campfire. Give me health. Down there, give me more health. Kill this bunny. Sure. Just for the extra luck. You know, I hate these snake jars. Just kill as fast as I can, thank you. Do that. Do this. Do that. Okay. You know, you can just kill the enemies as fast as you can, then you don't have to deal with their patterns, you know? That's also a strategy. Can't shoot, though. These are... They're hiding behind that jar. I can also just kill the jar thing, but obviously I don't want the snake to come out. Yeah, no mana gems. I don't need mana gems, I feel like. Necessarily. I think there was a choice to get mana gems before, but I just didn't take it, I guess. Here's Violet. Okay, I gotta remember Violet, just keep shooting. Especially when she does her rhythm game, just keep hitting the button. You know, hit the button. Just do it. Remember to hit the button. That's the number one thing I always forget. When I'm paying attention to a rhythm game, I don't remember to actually just shoot. Just in general, especially later on. I mean, I guess starting now, I just never remember. See, like that, I forgot. Just keep hitting the button. Keep hitting the button. I don't remember to do it. Oh, I missed the shields there. Oops. Ow. Okay. Any shields, thank you. Oh, I hate these speakers. Not too bad, but it's just that it's better to just get rid of them if possible. She does this annoying attack. Oh, missed. Okay, that's pretty slow, so it was not too bad. Hit her with a wall fall, why not? Hit there, not great. Let's break those tiles, come on. Play rhythm games. Go! Ah, got hit. Ugh. Not doing so hot. Why is it with Terra? Certain characters I just never... Well, no, that's not never. Shiso I had a hard time with before on screen. I want to just beat the game with Terra as well on screen. Possible. One more, okay. I barely survived. 59 health. Give me your medicine so I can heal up. Ugh. Not even close. Yes, not even close. Alright. Trinity gems. I mean, when you think about them, they're not too hard, obviously. It's just... sometimes you just never pay attention to them, so I kill them first, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, I need more health, though. I need more health. Again, I feel like Terra is one of the hardest characters to use. I feel like my success rate of her is not very good. Let me try saving another hostage. That'd be great. Okay, that works. So, the sentry guns helps. I don't want to take any damage if possible. Can't hit the waterfall, that's fine. Alright. At least a little bit more health, a little bit more spell power because of merit badge from saving those hostages. Oh, and Rock Tumbler, that's really good. And Earth Prayer, finally! Give me that Earth Prayer. Let's see, I wonder if we can remove, because ideally, obviously, you kind of want to remove the cards that you kind of don't need. But you know, Entangle's alright. I prefer Boomerang because it gives you mana back, but it's not too bad, Entangle. Anything that roots the enemies is pretty alright. Especially when you're doing the passive ending where there is an enemy to root. If you're fighting the gate, for example, it's not really helpful, I guess, but you know. Oh, pay attention, what am I doing? Getting hit. No reason. Alright. Be smooth sailing from now on. I mean, just keep moving. Usually, I mean, it's better to just wait for this plant thing to finish attacking, so you have to worry about timing your attacks. And healy. There you go. Earth and armor, double cast. Just don't like cracking my own side of the field. Never do it. It's also orbital tile, or orbital beam as well. You just break some more tiles, but it's alright. I can just use my normal weapon. Okay, just keep moving. Ideally. I don't know, kinda hard to... These rocks are in the way. This is not great. Just shoot the bunny. Yeah, I wanna kill the bunny. Kill the bunny. No. Kill the bunny. Alright. One less thing to think about. No, I shot the wrong thing. Sometimes I do that for some reason. My brain breaks and I shoot the wrong thing even though I meant to shoot the other thing. Okay. I mean, we should be fine now. Shoot that. Do that. A double cast. Double cast, I feel like, definitely makes certain spells quite powerful, actually. I remember... I can't remember, was it some card. I think it was Sarah Cannon or some other card that's just really powerful. And they just cast it twice. They made it even more powerful. Make double the power. Amazing. I could just do this. That works. Just use your beam. That works. I have enough mana regen to do that. don't think I want any of those. Kinda like around half health. Can you get me a med kit, shopkeeper? That'd be nice. Thank you. Ask and you shall receive. Let's see, Life Sword. Life Sword is interesting. I kind of don't like it though because, I mean, obviously you lose health from doing it. I don't want to do that. I don't think I should remove. I think we're good actually. I think this is our build already. I don't know if I can add anything else to our build. Kind of limited to float cards, but our float cards are pretty good already, so it's just already pretty good. More fresh. Anything else? Health? In fact, yeah, give me more health. That works. Just top up on health. I like to live as much as possible. Living is good, you know? I think that's a good idea, to live. Ah, got hit by a snake. Yeah. Now, that kind of reminds me, I think there's something called a Bravely Default achievement. I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently if you... Oh, hit him again. If you get hit, if you, beat the game with your default loadout, you get that achievement. Without getting any spells. I think I've heard that if you get hit by Shiso's gun, the one that adds jams to your cards, or to your deck, you actually lose that achievement. Which is not great. It just reminds me of that, you know? Like Shiso can end your achievement run just like that. Okay. Get rid of these jams, if possible. Ideally, huh? Why does he do that? That was weird. But no, I think that's normal. Never mind. For some reason, I felt like maybe he got manipulated by the... Yeah, I don't know why is he doing that? That's weird. I think it's because of his the cracks. Making him weirdly shoot the wrong way somehow. I don't know why. Oh, missed. Yeah. Shoot. And pay attention. Pay attention to where he'll land after his attacks. Right there. His gray highlighted area. It's so... I mean, it's so... Such a small thing, I feel like. That... If I paid attention, I would know this from the beginning, obviously. But it's just... Oh, it's not great. But a lot of bosses, when they do their attacks, there's a little, like, highlighted gray area, which shows where they'll be after they finish. Because obviously where you want to aim at, and they're done. Like that. I just never knew. I thought they just randomly go to wherever when they finish, but actually, it shows right there. And I believe from the very beginning, you know? I don't think it was added after the factoring thing, it was just always there. Never noticed. Waterfall! There you go. And Shiso, I remember Shiso, I hated him so much, you know? I hated him so much in the beginning and everything, especially because he kept adding jams in my deck and it kind of just disabled everything I could do. But, I mean, a really big thing about Shiso is like, I never really thought about it, because I never read the description, I guess, as like a dummy, or maybe I didn't understand it. But like, you can simply just use the jams when he puts it in your deck. And they consume, so they won't come back when you use them. So it's always best to just simply use the jams rather than shuffle when you have those jams. Because I believe though how the game works is when you begin a battle, you always have your cards in a particular order and everything, and the jams are added after, so they're always in the last cards in your hand. But when you do shuffle, then the order gets randomized, so you get all these, you know, jams in your hand, and they kind of suck. You don't ever use them. Rail. Situational. You know what? I'm pretty good for health, so I don't think I'll use rail. I think I used rail before, but it's alright. No, go there. Nah, I'll go here. Yeah, just use when you fight Shisho, just use those jams. It's better to just put them out of your deck rather than shuffle when you see those jams instead. I feel like anyway. What do I do? Shoot you? Okay, and then do this. And does one hit? Alright. Flamethrower will now die. Good. Alright, Tremor. You know, the thing about Tremor, it does only 140. I mean, obviously, if it's double cast, is great. But like, 140, it's alright damage, but I already have enough damage, right? I could rather just shuffle my cards. Especially later on, I feel like when you're fighting bosses, you don't really have the luxury to choose your cards anymore. You just kind of throw them out there when you can, because often you're just dodging attacks, right? So it's actually better to just have less cards, I feel like, at the end. Just use the cards that you need to use. And everything. There. A good thing that pyramid thing didn't teleport. I mean, it's not too bad, it's just... If it did teleport, I wouldn't know where it would go. Okay, just kill it. You have the beam. I always forget, you can use the beam. You can just simply use your default weapon as Terra to just do damage. Prophecy. I don't like... You know, I used Prophecy before, I don't like it. Again, it breaks my own tiles, you know, it kind of like restricts where you can move. I don't know, I don't like Prophecy all that much, even though it's probably good. I tried a Flat Earth before. It's alright, you break a bunch of tiles at once and then use Flat Earth for some shields, but I feel like it's not a lot of shields. You know, you can't really stack it as much as like a normal like shield kind of build. I don't know. Okay. Have it. Speaking of which, I would like more shields if that was possible. Just like... die. Just shoot it. Just walk in the fire. Why not? Right now, and I'll shoot this thing. I keep getting hit by the freaking guy with the pattern. It's such a predictable pattern. It's just I just can't interpret it in my brain fast enough. By the time I realize the pattern, it's like it's already been done. Like that. Just do that. I mean, obviously when it's just one person, you know, it's easy. It's just... And there's multiple patterns all at once. I feel like that's when I have the most trouble, when you're fighting a bunch of enemies at once and there's multiple enemies shooting at your face. Lost a lot of health, I feel like. Did I? Yeah, I think I feel... Ah, well, that sucks. Shopkeeper, can you give me another medkit? Thank you. You know, again, just ask and you just get it. That's all you need to do. Any packs I want to get? Cast a spell? No, I don't like the damage. I have mana regen. That's not. Nothing I really want. Can't really afford anything else, so yeah. Move on. Not the best run, I feel like. You know, I don't feel safe as Terra. In other runs, I feel safe, right? I feel safe in my victory. This one, not so much. I don't know, I just never feel safe as Terra. Ow. Oh, nope. Is that right? Okay. Do this. Then let's just get out of the way. Just get out of the picture, you know? Nice. There's Saffron. Actually, fighting Saffron last probably a bad idea. She's kind of unpredictable, is the thing. I mean, her spells themselves are not too bad. It's just that sometimes she just spams a lot of different spells all at once, and then you kind of get like murdered, basically. Oh, I can't waterfall because of the crack. Damn it! Okay, keep moving for this. I mean, in general, just keep moving, I guess. Oh, almost got killed on my own attack. Waterfall. Pretty good damage there. Get that crystal there, out of there, please. Thank you. Can't. Because of the Ragnarok. If possible, I would like to hit her with this waterfall. Can't aim though. Can't go up. Okay. Because of the crack. Also, I'm not creating enough cracks. Speaking of crack, create more cracks. Okay. Enough damage over there. It's not great. I'll heal a little bit. I should have changed... Actually, I forgot. I want to change my focus to Phalanx to get more shields, but that's alright. Well, this is it. Gotta kill ourselves now. Fighting ourselves. Amazing. Still not great at Terra, or Terrible, you know? Both, actually. I'm not great at Terra, I'm not great at fighting Terrible, either. Pray. Pray to yourself. Keep moving for that. Let's do that. It'd be great if I ever had a shotgun. I don't know. Shoot there. Why not? Okay, go over here. Why not? Go over here. Go over here. Ah, got hit twice. That's not great. Go over there. Pray a little bit. Why not? Let's get hit by these freaking projectiles. Nowhere is safe, I feel like. Ah. Okay, well, I have one more life. The Saffron's gonna save me. Not Saffron, or rather not Reva for some. I don't know why I thought Saffron. Well, Saffron saves you if you're Reva. Rather. That's what I mixed her up with. I only have 400 health. 300 health. Missed. Good. I can't dodge that for some reason. Break some tiles. Go over there. That's actually a lot of damage because she broke even her own tiles. Works for me. Come on. No, okay, I waste waterfall. That's fine. Whatever. 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 Break more tiles, please. That works. Thinking of rooting her if possible. And then doing this. Kill her! Yes! Okay. There you go. And I'm dead! No. No, obviously you're not, because I saved everyone. Now we can win the power of friendship. It's funny how like Terra's like killing herself. You know, it kind of makes no sense. When you think about it, it might be like a metaphor, you know, anime metaphor. You're fighting your dark, edgy self, I guess, and then you spare yourself, obviously. You can't technically kill her, which actually makes it kind of weird, because I believe if you kill Terra, then Terra herself doesn't appear in like the ending cutscene, which is weird. Anyway, I'll spare her. GG. There you go. I think I've gotten like a pacifist ending with every single character in this game by now. At least on stream. And also I think if you win with her, I think Saffron's hand comes out, you know? Usually when you spare her in the pacifist ending, the hand that comes out depends on who's sparing her, but I believe that's Saffron's hand. So I don't know what that implicates. You know, that battle was, you know, all in her head. Actually, the main, you know, hero was actually Saffron. Saffron spared her somehow, or something like that. There you go. Thomas Moon Kang. Credits! Again, more credits. Wee. Alright. So there you go. We can also do like, let's see. I can like stack up the waterfalls like this. You can get a really ridiculous waterfall in the credits. See, I've done it before. Let's do it again. Why not? This. Whee! 23 waterfall. Give me more waterfall, please. 29, 30, 40. Keep stacking all that waterfall. Not as ridiculous as a Saffron run. I remember when I did the Saffron run. I could stack so much waterfall. But this time, not as much. It's you know, still pretty good. I think it did pretty good damage at the end there. By the end, anyway. Whee! Anyway. Like, you could just put so much waterfall by the end. 300. 400. Around 400. Okay, not 400. Anyway. Okay, I think we're gonna move on. One step from Eden. Well, we made it, Eden. How long did that take? Around 51 minutes? Okay. Around an hour. My runs usually tend to be an hour. That works. Obviously, I already unlocked everything, and there you go. No thing. You know, notice like, well, I already showed before, but you know, I believe this means like, pacifist ending. The bottom means neutral ending, and on the left, I believe, is genocide ending, which I still haven't gotten yet. It's on the list.